Hello again friends and loyal Wolfpack members, Chaos Within, welcome back to the channel. Now, it's that time of the year again, it's Lavecon, and unfortunately though I wasn't able to attend myself, I have seen the live stream. And in this 20-minute live stream, Frontier went and covered an immense amount of ground with new features coming in 2.4. So it was all about 2.4, so let's go and find out what they were talking about. First things first, Sandra Schmarko, lead designer, went and started things off explaining some things about the Thyroids. Basically saying that yes, these aliens are indeed the Thyroids, it's now been confirmed, and I'd like to take this a moment to go and say, I told you so. I know there were so many people in the comments going, but it's not been confirmed yet. Yes it has, and I was right. Ha! But anyway, my ego aside, Sandy went and spoke about how and why they were introducing the Thyroids the way they're doing. Basically, his main point was that you only get one chance to go and introduce an alien race. And considering that Elite Dangerous is a large, persistent universe, it's not like the Thyroids are just going to go and, there they are, right here. No, it doesn't work like that. This isn't an MMO where you can just instantly add things in and everyone will just start working the quests towards it. That's not how this works. The Thyroids are obviously going to be secretive. They've just been pulling out random people to start with, out of witch space or hyperspace, whatever it's called. I don't remember now. And just scanning the ships. Until recently, all of the interactions between humanity and the Thyroids have been non-aggressive. Until after the last CG, where we went and got all the scan data from the Thyroid ships, gave it to Professor Palin, who then had it subsequently stolen from him by the Federation. But yes, what happened then is the Federation was flying off with the data, trying to go and take it to their version of Area 51. In fact, they actually own Earth. It might have been the actual Area 51. But what happened is, on the route back, they were attacked by the Thyroids. It has now been confirmed that the Thyroids attacked the convoy. The convoy didn't just stumble across them and fire first and then get completely and utterly destroyed. No. What happened is the Thyroids specifically followed them, attacked them and killed everybody. Probably stopped the data falling into Federation hands. So, we're not quite sure why. And what basically they're saying as well is that the Thyroids are a totally alien race. They're not motivated by the same kind of things that would motivate humanity. So we're going to have to wait and see why they're doing what they're doing and why it's only now that they've started being aggressive towards us. So for me, I'm really looking forward to finding out how this is going to turn out. And as you can see, they were showing some really nice screenshots of the Thyroids whilst they were talking about this. Personally, my favourite is the one of the Thyroid ship in front of the blue star. Now, next up was Chris Gregory, the art director. And what he was showing off was a bunch of weapons, modules and devices that should be used against the Thyroids. First of all is this bizarre looking contraption here, and even though we didn't actually get any confirmation about what each of these actually was or what they did, because we have to go and find out for ourselves, to me this looks like it may be potentially a utility mount of some description. So what I'm suspecting is this may be some kind of utility mount that we put on the ship, and it may go and protect us from the EM pulses that come from the Thyroids. So this may potentially stop our ships from being shut down. And the next one is this one here. Now, my first instinct when I first saw this, oh, it looks like a sonic weapon. And then very shortly after I realised, wait a sec, no, that won't work because there's no atmosphere in space, so sonics won't work. My next thought is maybe it's a new type of scanner. It looks like it's a utility mount as well, potentially. So, yeah, it could very well be a new type of scanner to go and potentially scan the wake signatures of the Thyroid ships. I'm not sure. Maybe. That's my guess. Now, the next one, this is a little bit easier to go and decode. Now, this one is an ordnance launcher of some description. So, not necessarily missiles, maybe something else. Somebody did joke and said it looks like a t-shirt cannon. But, yeah, it looks absolutely spectacular and potentially looks like it may be used to mount on an SRV. There's no guarantee of this. It's entirely possible. It might not be right. But just considering it's on some kind of swivel mount at the bottom, it kind of feels like it would be mounted on top of an SRV. If not, maybe it's a new large or huge missile launcher. I don't know. But I seriously doubt that is going to be the case. It does look like some kind of automated high-tech mortar. Although, as we can see, we actually have little heat vents that pop up out of the individual launchers. So perhaps it's some kind of plasma launcher? I don't know. Not quite sure. I'm just really looking forward to finding out what this is actually going to be. It looks like they have gone and censored the barrels so that we won't actually be able to see in and actually work out what it might be. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what these are going to be in the future beta. But yes, it looks like we're going to be having a brand new arms race to go and try and catch up with the Thyroids, because the Thyroids themselves are so technologically advanced to us, it's not even funny. So it looks like we're going to have to go and race to catch up with them. Now, next was Mark Allen, lead programmer, talking about some new additions into the game. The first one being some brand new limpets into the game, and these are going to be repair limpets. Yes, we're now getting the ability to go and repair our hulls. So if you're going out in long range exploration, you will have the chance to repair your own hull if need be, or even the fuel rats. They're going to be able to do refuel and repair now. So this is going to be absolutely spectacular. And not only that, but he did say, you know what, isn't it really annoying when you go and run out of limpets out in deep space? Well, no more. We're going to be giving you limpet synthesis. So yes, we're getting a new blueprint to go and synthesize limpets. Which makes sense because we can actually go and 3D print fighters, or technically just construct them, at least from spare parts. Strange though that we can't actually do this with SRVs, but maybe we'll get that option in the future, I don't know. Next after this was Adam Woods, senior producer. He went and spoke about some changes and improvements to the UI. Now all of these changes that he was talking about are in relation to the message inbox, and the majority of these changes are basically going to be new headers and some new functionality. Now the first of these changes are going to be some brand new headers, so we're going to be able to tell at a glance, as you can see here, what all the different message types are going to be about, which is really nice to have. Not only that, but we're going to be able to go and filter the messages in our inbox. So we're going to be able to filter them by missions, factions, Pilots Federation, salvage, audio logs, tourism, power play, superpowers, urgent and unread. Now as well, it looks like we may be getting an increase in the amount of steps in a chained mission. As we can see here, we've got a chained mission which is courier job available, and it's actually got 4 parts to it. I don't know if that's the amount of parts that are currently in the game. I don't know, because I don't really do chained missions. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest authority on this, but somebody did say that it looks like we may be getting an increase to this, so I'm just running with that. Next up was Steve Kirby, lead designer, and he was talking about improvements to salvageable wreckage and occupied cryopods. As it stands right now, these items are tradable commodities, and that's not really very believable in a way. Oh, let's go out and get somebody's escape pod and let's just sell it to the local market. Yeah, you're a slave now. That's kind of how it works at the moment, and that's how it feels. But not for long. First of all, what's happening is we're getting some new contacts in the contacts panel. We're still going to have the authority contact, combat bonds, and the cartographers, as well as the black markets. But some of the names are going to change a little bit, whereas the Interstellar Cartographics is now going to be called Interstellar Factors Contact. Fair enough. But we're also going to be getting 2 new contacts. The first one is going to be Science and Research Contact, and the second is going to be Search and Rescue Agent. What's great about this is where you're actually going to be able to go and hand in anything from black boxes, wreckage components, occupied escape pods, personal effects, damaged escape pods, and hostages. Now what's going to happen is you're going to be donating these items, so you're basically going to be handing them in to the rescue agent. Now as you can see as well, there is at the top a completion bar, and what we can see is it says items needed: 1 black box, 2 wreckage, 2 escape pods, 2 personal effects, and 1 damaged escape pod. So potentially this may be for individual ships and so on. So this may mean that we're going to be getting search and rescue contracts, and this is going to be a bit of a change to what we've got currently, which I find very intriguing. Now, as you can see as well, we do actually get a payment for each of the individual items. Once you go and complete the, let's call it a contract for now, you get a thank you message and you get a reward. For this particular one, it was just shy of 20,000 credits. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a set thing or if different contracts are going to be giving you different payouts. I do suspect that's going to be the case. Now, after all that, it was back to Sandy again, and he was talking about some changes to the crime and punishment system. First of all is a fix for the Sidewinder exploit, otherwise known as the Suicide Winders. Not quite sure what I'm on about? Well, I'm sure most of you do, but for those that don't, suicide winding is basically when you go and get a bounty on your head, decide, you know what, I want to go and wipe the bounty, I'm going to go buy a Sidewinder, get killed, rebuy the Sidewinder, which is virtually nothing, and then be clean. That's really nice. I mean, I've done this before, not for any big, massive crime sprees, but usually when I'm out bounty hunting, my itchy trigger finger's been that little bit too itchy and I've accidentally hit some ships that I shouldn't have done. A couple of thousand credits worth of bounty, it's like, so I just go and clear it off because I hate having bounties on my head. As of 2.4, this is going to be a little bit more of a difficult thing, because what they're going to be doing is the system is going to be looking at all of the ships that you were using whilst you were on this crime spree. And what it's going to do is it's going to choose the largest of the rebuys of all the ships that you were using and charge you that one, regardless of what ship you were destroyed in. So yeah, if you're going out on massive crime waves and a massively modified Imperial cutter, then you want to go and clear your bounties by suicide winding, you're still going to be paying off that 30 to 40 million credit rebuy. So good luck with that one in the future. The next change is going to be the introduction of Pilots Federation bounties. Now, these are a very special type of bounty. What's going to happen with this is if you go and attack another player, and when you're attacking them it's actually counted as a crime, so you're not in an anarchy system, or any other scenario that would make it no longer a crime, as long as it is actually a crime, attacking another player, you are going to be getting a Pilots Federation bounty on top of any other bounties that you would accrue. Now, the difference with the Pilots Federation bounties is these are payable anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are in space. It doesn't matter if you're in an anarchy system. It doesn't matter if you're in Sagittarius A or Beagle Point. You get killed, you will get the bounty for it. And then you'll be able to hand it in. Again, anywhere. It doesn't matter. Let's make this as extreme as possible. The criminal could go and get all the bounties in Sol, let's say. Flies all the way over to Beagle Point. Gets destroyed by another commander. The other commander goes and flies all the way over to Colonia to hand in the bounty. That is all doable. Now, Sandy was quick to go and stress that this isn't supposed to go and stop people being bad guys in Elite, because being bad guys has been a part of Elite and it will always be a part of Elite. As they say, you can go and do what you want. That's why they allow you to go and play as a pirate, not just so you can go and pirate NPCs, you can go and pirate other players. And this is fine. But what they want to do is go and make the punishments fit the crimes. Whether this is enough to actually go and balance out these factors, I'm not quite sure yet. And now the last thing that Sandy went and spoke about was a change to the paying off of rebuys for your ships. So yes, if you go and fly around and you don't have the rebuy quite enough for your ship, you go and get blown up, instead of getting instantly sidewinded, because you can't go and afford it, even if you strip off all the modules off of your ship, you still can't afford the rebuy of your ship. What they're going to be doing is opening up the option for you to go and sell modules or ships that you're not currently flying. So if you've got 5 ships, you're currently in your Anaconda, and it's blown up, and you'll probably be sidewinded because you don't have your rebuy, you can go and sell that Python. Or you can go and sell the Asp Explorer if you want, to go and help cover your rebuy. So you're not going to be losing that big ship. Now, it might be that the other ships that you've got are still not big enough of a thing to go and actually cover your rebuy. It depends how short you are. But it's a nice little thing to give you that little bit more of a safety zone. But anyway, this is basically it for that 20-minute live stream. Like I said, they covered a lot of ground. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if we get any more news out of Lavecon. But anyway, that's going to be enough for this video. But please let me know in the comments what you think of all these upcoming changes. I'm really looking forward to this. Now, we still don't know that much about the Thyroids themselves, but then again, we are going to be learning that as we go, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.